Welcome to Beerstories from Beerstory Brewhouse. These are my 7 best tips for avoiding a hop burn when brewing IPAs. I really hate hop burn. Hop burn is that astringent burning sensation in the back of your mouth when drinking a poorly brewed IPA or by a brewery that doesn't really have that great dry hopping skills. And it's actually not that hard to avoid it. I've read Scott Jan's book, The New IPA. It's a really great book. It's written on science. And when he addressed the problem, I got to thinking that it can be applied to homebrewing. You might need to rethink how you dry hop and what equipment you got and adapt. Maybe you can't do everything, but you can do some things, and that's better than nothing. Polyphenols are those compounds that would actually give you this burning astringent sensation in the back of your mouth, and we want to lower those to lower the risk of a hop burn. Now I've got 7 tips for you. The first one is to recircle either with a pump or rouse your dry hops with CO2 or just by shaking your fermentation tank for the first 2 hours after adding your dry hop. That would draw out a lot of these hop aromas and flavors, but not the polyphenols, and thereby lowering the risk of a hop burn. Number 2, dry hop while yeast is still active because some of the polyphenols will drop out with the yeast when you cold crash, and thereby again lowering the risk of a hop burn. Number 3 is to reduce temperature when dry hopping. You can dry hop at 45 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 to 7 degrees Celsius and still get a lot of all the hop flavors and all the hop aromas, but you won't extract as many polyphenols, and again thereby lowering the risk of hop burn. Number 4 is pretty important. Polyphenols, they max out after 3 days of dry hopping. So if you just dry hop for 24 hours or 48 hours, you will extract less polyphenols and thereby lowering the risk of hop burn. And you won't lose any flavors because some of the hop aromas and compounds, they actually get extracted after 4 hours. Almost all of them are extracted after 24 hours and especially after 48 hours. So you don't need to dry hop more than 48 hours. Maybe just 24 hours. And if you do the rousing as well, it would be fine with 24 hours. And thereby really lowering the risk of a hop burn. Number 5, biofine or gelatin. If you use that, you will actually extract or pull out when you cold crash even more polyphenols, and again lowering the risk of a hop burn. Number 6, low alpha acid hops, they have a higher level of polyphenols. Hops with a higher alpha acid value, they have a lower value of polyphenols. So using high alpha acid hops will actually lower the risk of hop burn. That's pretty simple. The last one, number 10, if you use about 10% chit malt, this is just a maybe, but either way it will give a better clarity, better head retention, and fewer polyphenols. So that's something to consider as well. So to sum up this, if you dry hop for 2 days, if you can rouse it or recircle it and do it at a low temperature, that's the most important things. And then and you won't get that many polyphenols in your beer, and I won't get that burning sensation in the back of my mouth when drinking your beer, hopefully. I guess that was it. Oh, I forgot to say, if you do use biofine or gelatin, you can do that in hazy IPAs, you can do that in IPAs as well. If you brew those right, they will still be hazy. You can look in the description if you want to know more about the best way to brew a hazy IPA. But yeah, if you have any questions, write to me, look at this video here, and also follow the channel, of course. And other than that, well, have a happy brewing out there.